guys, good to be back. Don't think I'm weird, but I initially started out doing videos once a week, and now that I've fallen off and I'm not doing them every week, I actually miss you guys, which is strange because I really don't know you. So, most of you. So, I don't know. I guess I miss the sharing. Um, Candidly talking about what's going on or how I'm feeling, even though most times it's a rant, like right now. So, okay, I'm going to apologize. This is not a pregnancy update. I just want to talk. So, my last video was January 4th. I was 17 weeks, 5 days, and today I'm 19 weeks, 5 days, so it was 2 weeks ago. I just want to talk a little bit about how I was feeling emotionally at my last video. That last video was really long, and I did it a couple of times, cutting some things out, and this was one of the things that I cut out. So I told you that I was in my 14th week when I started talking about being pregnant, kind of letting my coworkers know, and even some friends who hadn't seen me, telling them that I was pregnant. And, I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to talk about it. And my husband and I, we had these Christmas cards made up. I think I showed them the last time. We had these. It won't focus. We had these Christmas cards made up. They were ready before Christmas, and so we were able to tell all of our parents in person. And so after we told our parents, it was time to put the cards in the mail. I was like, oh, I don't want to. It's like, but we made up all these cards and da-da-da. Guys, my hesitation was, even though since my miscarriage, I've gone on to have a child, I was actually still mourning the loss of my miscarriage. And I would say, surprisingly, I was mourning the loss of, Malaika is what we ended up naming our angel baby, which means angel in Swahili. So, at any rate, I was, number one, as I said before, I consider 14 weeks as second trimester. So I remember feeling like, oh, yay, I'm 14 weeks. But my heart was a little heavy. And I'm like, what's the deal? What's wrong with me? And so, I just sat by myself and thought, and I was like, oh my gosh. 14 weeks is when I learned I was carrying a sick baby. And so the next 3 weeks was grueling with tests and appointments and consultations, and oh my gosh, I've never had so many doctor's appointments. But at any rate, ultimately, we did end up losing that pregnancy. So, at 14 weeks, I learned the baby was sick. Shortly thereafter, a test confirmed, another test confirmed it was a condition not compatible with life. It was Trisomy 13, or Patau Syndrome. And I learned that at 14 weeks, and then I learned the baby was sick. They didn't know what was wrong. They just saw something on the ultrasound. So like I said, test after test after test. And then at almost 18 weeks, I miscarried. So from 14 to 18 weeks, was obviously pretty challenging. So although I was elated to make it this time to 14 weeks, my heart was still a little heavy. And, when I really, thought about, why is my heart heavy? It was just, you know, mourning the loss of, a previous pregnancy. But guys, the thing about it is, had I not lost that baby, I wouldn't have my youngest daughter now because, I was one of the fortunate ones. I know not everyone, gets pregnant so quickly after a loss, but fortunately, um, I miscarried in September, and in November I found out I was pregnant. So I was due to have Malaika in January, or January or February, I forgot. And instead, I had my youngest daughter in July. So, I say all that to say just, the pregnancies was back to back. And, had I carried my loss to the end, I wouldn't know Mackenzie. And I cannot imagine my life without her. So, catch 22, but still emotional. I think I'm just one of those ones that once I pee on the stick, I am just so in. From the time I see positive, I am just so in love. So anyway, that is my emotional chat about how I was feeling between weeks 14 and 18. So that's it. I will bring you a pregnancy update vlog as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.